Alright, in that case, let's begin. So, last time, you guys... What did you guys do? Oh, you cleared out of the dungeon. The fortress.
That we did.
While clearing out of the fortress, you found a lost adventurer who had been hiding within the fortress for the past couple months, half a year, give or take.
Yep.
As you do.
Long time alone in a death fortress.
Yeah. And you also stole the fortress.
As you do.
As you do.
I mean, it's a nice fortress. What's he gonna do with it? He's dead.
Yeah. Exactly.
We only had to kill him like 3 times to make him stay dead.
Let's see.
Final bosses in a nutshell.
You made your trek back to... Oh, no, you teleported back to the capital of the Radlugan Knights. Dropped them off... Or not dropped anything off there, but just was like, yeah, don't worry about the fortress, we have dealt with that now. And then you went back to the Adventurers Guild HQ, which is where you've spent the last day,
We
I
gave
believe.
the Red Lugan Knights back their lightsabers. We returned them to them.
Yeah, that's you did return most of the Radlugan Knight what was it? Force? No, Arcane Blade hilts. Back to them. Yeah. So, as you guys are at the Adventurers Guild HQ, what are your plans for the moment?
Didn't some of us say we were gonna do something?
Well, we do have a good amount of either potential for downtime, or we head back to Project B and see if the fortress has arrived on time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we had anything really planned.
I remember. There was a thing I wanted to do, but I already did it last session, so... I don't know if there is anything else I want to do right now. And I mean, we have all this money.
Let's just
Doesn't
retire.
it say that money buys happiness?
Yeah, sure. That's probably how it went.
So yeah, let's just retire. And isn't a lot of your money being guarded by your supposedly pseudo-dragon?
Some of the jewels, yes. I don't think I put any money in there. Though, now that I'm thinking about it...
I think you put like about a third of what you got into the pile for safekeeping.
I think you chucked all the jewelry there, if I recall.
Yeah, all my jewelry I chucked into the little dimensional space. I wonder if every time I deposit like jewelry and stuff in there, every time I visit Zarya will just be a little bit larger and a little bit larger until eventually I just have a full-size dragon.
It's probably fine if that happens. I'm sure dragons are easy to control.
Cue a conversation from the Lion King. But she's so little! Well, she's gonna get bigger. Well, maybe she'll be on our side!
That's the stupidest thing I ever... Wait a minute. Maybe on our
She's on our
side.
side. Hey, you know, maybe having the dragon around isn't such a bad idea. My Timon is better than my Pumbaa.
I can't do either, so you have me beat. But yeah, anyway, what are we doing? What's our plans? Do we have any jobs lined up?
So we still need to go to Project B, don't we?
We haven't visited Project B since we got back from the Lich adventure.
Yeah, so we'll probably go there, and then we'll know where to go next.
Right. Should visit get the whole place transferred over to the monster factory, get that whole situation sorted.
Make sure everything's going well, the skeletons are behaving themselves.
And then we can see what they need next.
Oh, that seems entirely reasonable.
Okay. So, well, how are you guys going to get there?
I have...
Quickly.
Yes, I believe I have teleportation circle, and I believe I can use key to get there, right?
That's it.
Indeed, you could.
This will be nice.
Wait, does that mean Key is going to have to eat us? Because that's going to get very confusing.
Then how does Key get there? If Key's the one to like get us there by eating us.
I don't think he has to eat us, but
We did this last session.
yeah.
Easy fix, just eat yourself.
What's it called? Because it's an Ouroboros when a snake eats itself. What's it when like an octopus eats itself? Octoboros.
Octoboros, yeah, that's my best guess as well. Not sure how that would look, but you know.
I feel like there's a way to twist a quote from Bender from Futurama here, but I can't come up with a good...
It's going to be one of those things where it's like, in about 90 minutes from now, you're going to come up with it and say it out of the blue, and nobody's going to understand what the hell you're talking about.
Just in the middle of, say, like, diplomatic relations, and then out of nowhere, I just shout,
Bite my shiny
gonna
metal
bite-
ass.
I got it! Finally figured it out!
So, Korean, you're going to cast Teleportation Circle.
Yes. If there is one accessible, which I assume there must be as we are entering HQ, I can also use one of theirs, but either way.
Teleportation sword.
You know what? Yeah, you could probably go to one of the teleportation circles that are kind of built into the Adventurers Guild HQ, and using the powers that you have associated with the head of the Adventurers Guild, you can kind of commandeer one of those for use.
Man, we are so important. We're bad.
Hells yeah.
But yes, I will cast Teleportation Circle.
Okay. Using one of the teleportation circles within the Adventurers Guild HQ, you don't even need to cast Teleportation Circle. You can just commandeer one of those. They have them kind of already built into the but permanently set up ones. As you guys file into the room, Malari is going to stay back and deal with a few things at HQ for the time being.
Yep, very reasonable.
He kind of slithers out and across onto the teleportation circle, and their big octopus head begins glowing with this purplish light. This purplish light begins leeching these kind of tendrils that scatter out across the teleportation circle, changing the way that it kind of its target destination, as well as infusing some other kind of unknown magics into the teleportation itself.
This seems incredibly safe. Shall we go?
Yes. Let's head off.
I don't know, I've never teleported like this before. How exactly does this work again?
I choose not to question it. Teleportation is weird.
Key is like, imagine a key. You know, that is why I called him that. Essentially, he allows us to redirect an arcane flow and move us to somewhere where we would otherwise not be able to get.
I understand the teleportation part of it, but how does he teleport? Like, do we just need to be near him? Or...
No, we just use the teleportation circle as we normally would. Anyways,
Oh. Okay then.
Priam will step into the teleportation circle.
Yeah. Aside from Key kind of doing his thing, the teleportation is incredibly familiar. You get the brief sense of vertigo and like you're kind of dropping out of this space. And before you know it, you guys are standing there, no longer in the warm, tropical environment of the Adventurers Guild HQ, and you're standing out, looking towards the massive ziggurat that houses Project B within the icy mountains of the Giant Lands.
Well, here we are.
Is anyone else getting climate whiplash?
What are you talking about? Oh god, it's so cold!
Going from cold to tropical to cold in a series of 2 days is very uncomfortable.
It puts a strain on the body.
It's very odd to be sure.
Well, we'll prepare for another one soon, because I think when we leave here, who knows where we will going. But let's not wait outside any longer than we have to. It's very cold out there.
Let's not, please. Inside.
Alright.
Oh, why did I choose to get rid of that warm cloak?
As you guys are looking out at the ziggurat of Project B, kind of behind it, you can see the massive spire that is General Bose's fortress shooting up. It's like almost adjoining the ziggurat. It's like right next to it. And you can see a number of skeletons that are kind of moving out from, or skeletons and workers kind of far off, moving between the two locations. As you
Hello,
move,
boys. Enjoying the new accommodations?
they're like pretty. They're far off. You'd need to head over to chat to them.
Hi! No.
Remember us?
As you move towards the entrance, you go and entering the ziggurat that houses Project B. A couple of workers turn and greet the 5 of you.
Hello. Nice to see you. Nice to see how things are moving along.
The building's working fine. Nothing wrong with it. All the machines intact.
A couple of the workers are like, "Oh, are you talking about the building that appeared?"
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the one that hasn't appeared yet.
They look to each other and they're like, "There's going to be another." Oh, geez, we need to prepare for that. All right. I guess we need to get the word out to clear the area.
3, 2, 1, duck!
They all hit the floor.
Well, I can't believe that worked.
Well, good to know you're all paying attention.
Don't worry, don't worry. There's no other building. Get up, get up. It was a joke.
They look up at you and they're just like,
It was a good drill, everyone. Now back to work.
as they were ducking, they did drop lots of glass containers and stuff. There's just like smashed equipment all around them now.
Oh, can anyone repair that? Yeah, who's the one who's got, mending?
No one has mending.
Oh.
What's mending?
So
Then
the workers get up, they look at you, and they're like,
that looked expensive.
could you please refrain from playing practical jokes? It could set our research back weeks or months. And who knows if we have that much time. Oh, you're a bit robot-y.
I don't know. I think you're loading up tabletop.
Oh, yeah. Try again.
I'll just like walk past the workers, and like turn back to these guys and be, when you guys are ready, I'll meet you inside.
No, Creon will follow.
Alright, I'm sorry.
With such sincerity, too.
I mean, in my defense, I didn't think everyone was going to just drop everything. Literally.
So as you guys head down into the lift that takes you down into the depths of
Actually,
the
before
ziggurat.
everyone heads into the lift, Felix will stay behind and help clean up the mess.
Okay. Beatrix will stay there with you and just like oversee that you're doing a good enough job of cleaning up. She mutters something about taking responsibility for your actions.
Alright, got that taken care of. Alright, we're all good then. Whatever that was, I'm sure it can be replaced.
You don't get a response to that.
Just send me the bill. I'll take care of it later. Right, cheerio, carry on. Then I will go to the lift.
All right. So, Felix and Beatrix are going to arrive a little bit later than the rest of the party, as Gabriel, Lathia, and Creon head down within the familiar or somewhat familiar confines of Project B. Creon, you've visited before. You've worked here before for quite a while, so you know kind of the ways around quite well. As you guys are coming down, you're greeted by Lenia and Aethia, who come to see you as you arrived. Aethia has a look on her face like she's quite pleased with herself. As she approaches, she goes and is approaching you, Creon. She gets right up close and she's holding her hands out towards you. And then goes and like pats Key. And it's like, oh, yes, I see my little creation has done quite an excellent job. Working as intended, then.
It was incredibly useful in moving a large-scale fortress.
Good. And your arrival was properly signaled to myself, and you arrived without any troubles, I presume.
No troubles as far as I can tell.
Good. Okay. And she turns and she just walks off.
Creon accepts this as normal behavior.
Totally normal behavior.
Completely normal.
Lenia looks over her shoulder back at Aphia, who is kind of walking away to continue whatever research she is doing, and looks to, well, the three of you there at the moment and says, yes, she's a bit of an odd one, but
Trust me, we know. We found her. We were introduced to her when she was having one of her moods.
thankfully we haven't had any of those yet. But she is undoubtedly useful. Perhaps one of the most intelligent researchers within the building, and that's saying something. We do have the best of the best from all across the world.
Well, I've always found her to be incredibly gifted in researching anything she sets her mind to. The trouble is, often she doesn't see her research all the way through before it bores her. Something else comes to entertain her.
Thanks, that's quite useful. Lenia pulls out a little notebook and scribbles that down quickly and tucks that away. I'll make sure that we try and keep this as quick and entertaining as possible for her. So it seems like your adventures down to the fortress of the undead was quite useful. We've received the fortress and we're already beginning to make it, well, put it to good use.
Ah, excellent.
It's definitely help with the mass production.
It is a fascinating fortress. I was hoping to potentially learn more about it in general, about how the apparatuses worked, but may not have that time. How are things here?
Well, with the arrival of the fortress, I'm sure that'll help quite a bit. It'll reduce labor issues for sure. We've received here and there some of the supplies that we need to keep everyone alive and functioning. We dare not venture out too far from our little hidden area here. Otherwise, the protective wards that Lady Melody has set forth will not keep us hidden, and we're being especially vigilant of that, given, well,
Yes, given what happened last time, indeed.
Do you have another backup location, just in case?
I am not terribly sure. That would be Lady Melody's doing, I suppose. I don't know if she's powerful enough yet to be able to take us to a secondary backup location.
Just last chance.
Vigilance does seem to be way to go.
Yes. Luckily, we do have enough capable mages on hand to produce any food and water that we need.
Delicious.
Yes. Well, no, it's quite bland, but it'll keep us living. In the ways of how the project is going, well, with that dungeon now under our control, where we think we're able to mass produce the virus, or at least we will be able to. Pia's working on using some of her brethren as incubators. I guess now, well, the only thing Team A needs to do now is figuring out a way to spread the virus quickly and efficiently.
Aerosol.
Yes, exactly.
Hmm.
And,
Alright.
and you said you wanted more Svärmfa parts to test on. Is that right?
Well, any more Svärmfa parts we get are always useful, but after testing on the dragon Svärmfa organs that were retrieved, that's coming along quite nicely. We're pretty satisfied that the virus that we've produced is capable of killing even the strongest of the Svärmfa, though that golden Svärmfa may be an issue.
Yeah. And then Team B, they need to locate the Svärmfa and having issues with portals. Is that right?
Yes. So we need the method of locating all the Svärmfa, and then
Scrying or something.
Yeah.
With the portals, or maybe even scrying, we've been talking. Do you think the brain of a Dimension Ripper Svärmfa could help with this? They usually make portals and whatnot. Maybe they have a portal to walk in, but I think the brain might be the piece.
Oh, that's interesting. Yes, perhaps that's a good idea. Yeah, the brain of a Dimension Ripper.
There's at least 2 left. Unfortunately, didn't get the brain of the first one we killed.
That is
How would you know?
unfortunate.
Yeah, it's true. But we were hoping to we're hoping to kill more, so definitely don't want them out there.
Sounds like a plan. So, retrieving the brain of a Dimension Ripper.
And do we have any way to lure one out? I think that would be the hardest thing.
Well, I'm sure if we go to wherever the most recent incursion or the most strong incursion has happened, we'll probably be able to find one.
It's true. They seem to bring the Svärmfa in hordes through portals. Or we just let them know that I'm somewhere because they seem to hate me.
That might be a good idea.
We make a big event. Come on, come all, come see the amazing Gabriel!
They do have
Can I
a...
get night horrors again?
Yes.
You will gaze into your future.
It's like
Your all Svärmfa.
2 Dimension Rippers across the entire world. That's...
A lot of ground to cover.
they're also
It is.
omnipresent.
Well, I guess that ties into the other problem that Team B is having. They still need a method of figuring out how to locate all the Svärmfa.
Fair. So if we can do that, we might be able to get the Dimension Ripper. How can we do that though? Locate them all.
Felix, do you not have the ability to sense Svärmfa to a certain degree?
I do, I was just thinking about that.
And you've also got other, well, shall we say odd powers. How would you reckon
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you seem to have access to a strange dimension that you appear to be the god of, or something like that. I'm not really quite sure, but...
It's a long story.
Yes.
Even I don't completely understand all of it.
Yes.
It's just the broad strokes I understand. It's the tiny details.
But my point is, do you think that could perhaps be used in some sort of way? Your powers mixed with... I don't know what these other powers are.
I was wondering if there was a way to teach this spell.
Make some sort of transmission tower. Is Nexus.
Maybe.
Felix, the spell that I've given you, it is indeed able to be learned. You can teach it to basically anyone that is not a. I'll give you a list of classes that can learn it.
Okay. I'll pay attention. Where is it coming from?
Interesting.
There is it coming from.
So, all of those classes can learn the spell.
I suppose I could attempt to teach this to other rangers, druids, clerics, maybe even wizards and warlocks. I mean, a bard. I mean, what don't they know?
So it's easy. Most casts.
Right.
What is this?
A spell I've learned. Locates
spell?
Svärmfa incursion.
Oh,
Well, it seems quite handy if we're trying to locate Svärmfa.
Yes. Perhaps the more people that know the technique could probably have a better idea of locating.
Could
Locating
we?
them.
Is it a ritual? Something like that? If we put more power into it, more people, could it be stronger?
I learned it as a ritual, so
Ritual.
I mean,
Uh.
what you're saying is possible, I suppose, if enough people join in, perhaps.
run night classes, teach hordes of people.
Alright, I'm gonna need a new suit and a monocle.
Perhaps it would also be possible
Professor
to
Greycastle at your service.
create some kind of amplifier of your power.
That's a good idea too.
So rather than just focus on quantity, perhaps we could enhance to a certain degree. If there was, say, an object you could channel that ability through or that spell through, perhaps we could reduce the amount of people we need that know the spell to have perhaps only 5 or so. Who knows?
Do you know of such a item?
Not directly. I could potentially research it. I do have, by all accounts, some time on my hand if we are not doing anything else. Could also try and convince Lady Melody to do it if she's not doing anything important otherwise, but she may have her hands full.
Well, I think any advantage we can get, I think we should try to take advantage of. And also, just on a side note, Professor Greycastle sounds like it should be some sort of fantasy novel series.
I'll keep that in mind. I can write that down.
Does Lenia actually know what Lady Melody is working on at the moment?
Yes. In fact, Lady Melody was mostly working on... Her attention tends to be split all over the place. She goes wherever she finds most interesting. Well, ever since the arrival of the fortress, that's what she's been looking into, as one might expect. But she had been looking at some of the ways to affect the aerosol transmission of the virus, but you probably won't get any of that out of her at the moment, given her current proclivities. if you were to mention to her this new spell and perhaps hint at some of Felix and Beatrix's interesting abilities, then perhaps that might be sufficient to gain her interest for a time at least. You might be able to get some info out of her that way.
Alright, well, good to know. Well, that's all I can think of in terms of locating the Svärmfa as such. There may also be some form of item, but I would have no idea where or who might possess it. Right.
Oh, it gives us a few options. A few things to do.
Some sort of Svärmfa leather crown you can wear. Eyes set into it. Anyway, Svärmfa don't have eyes.
Well, I mean, yes. Well, theoretically, we understand that the Svärmfa are all intrinsically linked through their organs. So my thinking was that there may be a way to tap into that network, however they communicate.
Yeah, right.
So, yes.
Well, I mean, the component in the spell is, I believe, part of the Svärmfa.
Yeah, right.
And we have plenty of those. In fact, I think we still have 25 small Svärmfa organs in general.
Ooh.
Yes.
How long have we had those?
Since the desert. So not that long.
Oh, not too bad.
Alrighty. Did we try and want to convince Lady Malady to look into this? Or, yeah, no. And the other option is we can do some
Okay.
downtime as well. Like,
I'll need to assemble my students as well.
start preparing the lecture hall and the seminar.
Yes, of course.
Patches on your jacket.
Actually, a jacket would not be a bad idea considering it is cold outside.
It's better inside. Indoors, they have various means of maintaining a comfortable temperature, which is also beneficial. Well, that kind of climate control is kind of necessary for the nature of the research that they're doing.
Right. Oh, I need this one.
Okay, so Creon, it sounds like you're going to go, you and a couple of others maybe, or just you, I don't know. I guess we can split it up into two kind of groups. One group that's going to go talk to Lady Malady, and the other that's going to go and try and learn this Svärmfa spell. Locate Svärmfa.
Roll in the course.
Well, I suppose I'll go. Latia will probably go with Creon, as she's not very magical.
Not quite magical enough.
I've got some magic, guys. I can do some things.
Yes. We're very impressed. It's okay.
We're all special in our own way.
Some of us can bend reality, and others can attack 3 times. everything is valid.
I mean, I've got 166 hit points, so you can
Okay.
fireballs at me and try
Yeah.
to kill me, but I'll probably survive and then attack you a billion times in a turn.
See, there you go. Your special ability is not dying.
Excellent.
It's worked out well for me so far.
That's true.
Uh,
You've
I
got
mean,
a
I've
better
only
track
died
record
once.
than me.
no. We do genuinely appreciate all you do, Lathia. Usually going down first. For everyone else.
Yes.
I take damage so you don't have to.
Exactly. Even actually, also no. Felix goes down a lot more, doesn't he? In general, just trying to remember. I think that still tracks. You guys are the marshals. That's how it works.
I am a tank.
And I am a twig.
What's the tank?
Yes. Yeah. The other reason to have Lathia along would be because Creon is not necessarily very charismatic. Lathia is a bit better at that.
Right. So as the two of you head off, you search around a little bit at first, but it's quickly apparent that Lady Melody has gone back over to the fortress to investigate how things are going along there. Meanwhile, Lenia puts the word out for any capable casters within the researchers, particularly those that are on Team B, to come and learn the spell.
It seems like something Gabriel can learn as well.
It is something Gabriel can learn as well.
Oh, come along. I give you an apple, Felix.
Well, thank you.
The old days.
Also, yeah, that's actually
I
interesting.
see a few golden stars in your future.
I was gonna say, if Gabriel learns the spell to locate the Svärmfa, he does have like that intrinsic link with the Dimension Ripper Svärmfa, right?
It's true.
So
It'll
like,
help.
there may be an unfortunate two-way connection, but like maybe that'll help us narrow it down, or at least be able to like lure him out.
Huh. So what you're telling me is that Gabriel can learn multiple spells here.
Sure, that's what we're telling you.
No, you're the DM. Is that what we're telling you?
Excellent plan. Thank you very much, Ben. Cool. So, what we'll do... so, Felix, as you go and gather your students within Project B from Team B, mostly, there's quite a few that have gathered, and they're all kind of awaiting your instruction. Could you please make a performance check?
Very well. Just so everyone knows, you may be a part of Team B, but I expect everyone here to be getting straight A's. Just letting you know.
Terrible.
Where's a cricket sound effect when you need one?
Disadvantage, boys.
Wait, what did you say?
Disadvantage for that terrible pun. No.
Well, I mean, a 2 is pretty low, so... I'll roll the second one if you want me to,
No, it's okay.
but I don't think it's going to get worse than
I was
that.
joking about the disadvantage.
Just for curiosity's sake.
Hey,
Okay.
oh, look, it knocked the other one into a 10. Would you look at that?
Oh, boy.
Turns out you were rolling with advantage the entire time. They loved your joke.
So,
What is your
charisma a
performance
+2.
modifier?
The performance modifier is +2, so 4 total. But at least it's not a 1.
You're standing there and you're getting a bit of stage fright in front of all those people.
Wait, hold on, Felix. Just trying to imagine them in their underwear.
You
No,
know what else?
they're your students.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Oh, that was a terrible idea. Why did I do that? Oh, God.
As
So you take the heart and you just sort of whisper sweet nothings to it, I don't know, and then you put it over a map and something will happen. Just believe me, trust me. I know what I'm talking about.
As a d20, Beatrix needs to roll for understand husband. She got a 4.
Oh god.
Have we ever made that official?
No. Understand boyfriend then. But yes, no, she's standing there like it's okay, darling. Just let's try again. Take it a bit easier this time.
Do you know something that Lathia can do that you guys possibly can't? Get less than an 8 on her charisma rolls.
Oh god,
Well, wouldn't
for
that
you.
be useful? As Beatrix is standing there kind of just facing you, Felix, and talking you through it, she says to you, look, just teach it to me first, and then we'll see how we go about the others.
Alright, oh shit. Does that one count?
Roll with advantage this time.
Okay.
Bloody hell.
Well, 10 total with advantage. Listen, I've never done this before, alright?
DC is 11.
Oh no.
Is this the part where we find out my father's secretly been alive and we go to a secret tiefling village in the mountains?
No.
I will then be the secret of...
I'm just thinking at what point does Beatrix just take over? I'm just like, alright.
Beatrix literally cannot fail. She has a performance of plus 10. But she doesn't know the spell. So as
Like,
Felix,
is it just gonna
as-
be Felix whispering into Beatrix's ear? It's like, no, then this step, this first.
as you're standing there, by this point, pretty much all of the students have just been like, "Well, this is useless," and have left. So it's just
Wait, no, I could...
it's just
You
the
know what
three
this
of
is?
you there.
You know, this is all because I did not get that monocle. You all thought I was joking. It's a crucial part of the teaching process.
Hey Felix, don't you have I think it's like alter
Enhanceability?
enhanceability. Don't you have enhanceability?
I do now, yes. Does that work for charisma things?
You can, yeah. If you get Eagle Splendor, it gives you advantage on charisma checks.
There you go.
I mean, he had advantage on the last one and rolled a 10.
You literally just need to get a 9 to pass on this. All your students are left, except for Beatrix and Gabriel at this point.
I'm still here.
You are still there. Thank goodness.
So what roll does he have to get before they leave?
Haha!
Alright.
It's true. I mean, like, you don't know a spell at all, do you, Phil?
Just leaves.
Hold on a second. As a matter of fact, I do know the spell. It goes like this. I'm going to go ahead and cast Enhance Ability, Eagle Splendor, and we're going to try this again. This time I'm going to roll both at the same time.
Please.
Because that was the
Do not
problem
lie.
before, right?
That was the problem
Yeah.
all along. You just need to get 9 or higher.
5,
Hey!
18.
Yeah.
20 total! Finally.
So Felix just has like mad stage fright. He's fine when it's like an audience of 2 people. Any
Yeah.
more than 5 and he starts freaking out.
All right. So both Beatrix.
Speaking of freaking out, he just goes, "No, it goes like this." He flips up like a chalkboard and just starts writing out everything.
Yeah. He's not like,
All the students
Yeah.
that left look back and go, "Oh, hey, what's that over there?"
Oh.
They come back.
Oh, no,
"Genius."
they're gone. All the students are
Yeah.
gone. Someone else will need to teach them now.
With just me and Beatrix in the room, you're just able to.
Yeah. So Gabriel and Beatrix now know the following spell. It does not count towards your known spells, and you always have it prepared.
Cool.
Very cool.
Gabriel. Yep, cool. Never mind. Carry on.
Beatrix.
Yes, Gabriel and Beatrix.
Ooh, all
All right.
sorts
So,
of-
do you two understand any of what I've just written here?
Beatrix is standing there and just
Brood
goes,
mothers.
"Yes! Darling,
Perfect.
why didn't you say that the first time?"
I was trying to, but I couldn't. Could not get the. I'm not going to mention it.
You're like sucker on the invasion day.
Well, here's how it started. I took up a job to clear out a den of goblins back in Gothfrest, and then just starts sharing the entire life story.
Cool. So now that Beatrix and Gabriel know how to cast the spell, Beatrix is going to go. She is going to grab you, Felix, by the arm and drag you back, and it's like, "We're going to go find those, and you and we are going to teach them exactly like you just taught us, okay?"
Okay,
Darling, do you get that?
I did get that.
Good.
However, there is one thing I need.
She just raises an eyebrow at you.
I don't know, in my mind I was like, we were gonna smash cut to him teaching the class with a monocle.
So be it. And with... You know what? I want you to roll, and I'm also going to roll for Beatrix to see how much each of you are really teaching the class.
So am I rolling with advantage, or...
No,
We-
just roll flat, and Beatrix... You know what?
This may or may not be a good idea, but okay.
Funny thing is, Beatrix literally cannot fail.
Well, you said the DC was 11, right?
DC was 11.
I rolled exactly 11.
Oh,
Nice.
For
Plus
13
2 is 13.
total. Yeah. Very good. Beatrix, with her plus 10 performance, got a 2.
See, it was
Hey,
the
you beat
monocle.
her.
It was
Just.
that was the key. I said it. I was right.
So, yeah, you are actually teaching, and Beatrix is there to just back you up and be an assistant to the class, basically. You don't have nearly as many people as the kind of initial amount, not even as many as the second, kind of like after half the people had left, but you get maybe a third of the people that you initially had to teach the spell to. It's likely that it'll probably spread anyway, but you know, it's better than just literally 3 people knowing it.
I've shared my knowledge in the spoken word. Now I should share it in the written word and sell it as a book. Detecting Svärmfa Incursions by Professor Felix Greycastle.
Anyway,
As if I wasn't rich enough.
exactly. Creon and Lethia, as you guys head back over to... Or back over. Yeah, I guess it is back over to the fortress of General Baus.
It's a long way.
Two days ago, this was in a mountain range. Now it is on the South Pole. Yay.
Hey, it's still in a mountain range, just a different mountain range.
Sure won't complain.
You go and try to find Lady Malady. She's not at the entrance or in the middle floor. She's down. She's even past the maze and in General Baus's private quarters there. You find her there with a bunch of skeletons that are standing around her, basically being her personal servants, and she's just like intrigued by particularly the smashed cloning vats that you guys found.
I see. Yep.
They were definitely smashed when we found them.
Well, like the cloning vats which you found and smashed, I should say. She doesn't even notice as the two of you approach.
I'll just kind of look over at Creon, as if to say, well, you're the one who knows her.
But you don't want to talk to the scary witch?
Not really.
Um,
Last time I met her, it was hectic.
Last time we met her, she saved us, but yes.
She also tried to kill us.
That was the first time we met her, yes.
When
But
did
yes.
she- Yeah.
No, it's alright. Irrelevant. Creon will clear his throat a little and Lady Melody, if I may have a small amount of your time.
Oh. You want my time, do you? Yes, I suppose that would be acceptable. What assistance is needed?
We have been contemplating a way to locate the Svärmfa on a grander scale, and one of our companions, the Tiefling, Felix Greycastle, is capable of divining their presence and location to a certain extent. We were wondering if there was perhaps a way one could amplify this power.
The Tiefling, yes. That was an interesting one. Spark of divinity in him. So curious. Well, divining is the right word, I suppose. Amplifying. You say it was an ability to locate the Svärmfa?
Indeed.
He has a natural ability to locate the Svärmfa, as well as he knows a spell that I believe he can teach to others to be able to locate Svärmfa.
Ah, handy. The Tiefling.
Felix is
Yes.
his name.
The Tiefling. I suppose that would be... Here, let me show you. She goes into the kind of personal study of General Baus, and she kind of conjures up what is essentially a blackboard of sorts. And she begins scribbling some stuff all over. Can I just... Can I show you? I can. I can just do this. Not that. This.
And it's a day for seminars, isn't it?
It is
Lady
a day for
Melody.
seminars.
Lady Melody's seminar on advanced divination.
You know what? I'll make it stand up. It's a real stand up. Oh no, it's gone. Uh-oh.
No.
Oh no. Perfect.
Ooh, a thing.
A thing. She goes and drawing up on a conjured blackboard of sorts. Or maybe a magical blackboard. She's probably using something like Create Illusion or Minor Illusion, something like that.
Greater image, yes, continue. Sorry.
Or lesser image, even. Something like that. That's terrible. I needed to use a different one, sorry. That one was missing key stuff. That's also missing key stuff. I can... Nope. Oh. Will this... Can't stand it up, but that's okay. She goes and, using some kind of illusion spell, creates an image of magic, how magic works, basically. She begins to explain that there's kind of like 3 streams of magic. There's the kind of main stream of magic that is derived from mana, which goes and can be split down or focused into different parts. There's kind of the separate stream of psionics and psychic energy, which is totally separate from anything that is mana derived. And then she goes and, instead of drawing kind of like what is essentially a stream, like a flowing stream or light that's being split from white into kind of a rainbow of colors, she just draws a circle. And she goes to describe that as divine power or essent power. Most other forms of magic kind of flow through all things, but essent power is the ability to change the world around you. Most spellcasters can, or most of those that are capable of magic do have some tie to essent power, but it's those that rely more on essent power than others that are kind of either unique or uniquely trained. Those with divine power, some kind of spark of divinity, lesser gods, greater gods, even the pillars, they have an innate proclivity for essent power to a massive degree. So the tiefling, it seems that he would have some kind of essent power that is tied to, well, some essent spatial power, perhaps. And if it's an essent spatial power, that sounds quite a bit like what Welrom can do, the greater god of space.
Interesting. So if we were to attempt to enhance his power, it would be through Welrom's domain, so to speak.
Perhaps. There are artifacts that are tied to Welrom, in the same way that there are artifacts in the world that are tied to the other greater gods and lesser gods, to that, for that matter. But, well, those with the most power belong to the greater gods, so if you could find Maybe the Eye of Welrom.
Okay. Eye of Welrom.
Do you have,
I was
any
also gonna
idea where to start?
I was also going to say, Creon is definitely like scribbling notes, like as this entire lecture is going on.
Yes, like a good student should.
Oh, absolutely.
Eye of Welrom. Wouldn't have much of a clue. Artifacts like this are dearly collected by those religiously inclined, of course.
Would the Pillar of Space be capable, if we were to say, be able to teach the Pillar of Space, were we to know who they are? Would they be able to magnify that power as well, do you think?
Oh. I suppose that would be an option, yes.
That's a consideration. I don't know what our means are in terms of contacting this entity, or whether it even would be... This person would either be sympathetic to our cause, but I was thinking as a theory, perhaps.
Well, in that case, I would recommend you go to the Romian Sea or the Pirate Isles. If you're looking for the Pillar of Space, then you'd be looking for Captain Flanagan.
Oh, I think we might need to buy a boat.
Goes right
Yeah.
Always comes back to the boat.
Bloody boats.
Was that Captain Leon Flanagan?
Leo Flanagan.
Leo Flanagan. Interesting. Well, it seems that we have at least some leads then. Eye of Welrom, or potentially Pillar of Space, or potentially both.
Does she have any idea where the Eye of Walran might be?
She doesn't have much of a clue. She suggested trying some of the religions tied to Welrom, or going to the Romian Sea / the Pirate Isles. Though you would know, most people would know that those are areas that are strongly tied to Welrom, as they have weird spatial goings on in those areas.
Well, I suppose that narrows it down some. Not a great starting point, but it's better than the entire world, I guess.
Indeed. Well, if there is a particularly grand temple of sorts, then that might be worth looking at, or at least as a starting point. Actually, as somebody who is apologies, as somebody who is from the Pirate Isles, would I be aware of like a particular temple or holy site that might be worth investigating?
There aren't many temples or holy sites within the Pirate Isles because pirates come in and would plunder them.
Sure.
There'd be like a key target for them. But
What if it's secret?
it's said that Captain Leo Flanagan has a floating island within the Pirate Isles that is basically like a floating island city. They kind of...
A nice Laputa city in the sky.
Sure.
Interesting.
As for other, grand temples to Welrom, it depends on the continent and the religious denomination.
Okay. Fair. Well, here's a starting point. Have you guys already met Leo Flanagan? I feel like that was definitely a thing.
Yeah, we've met him briefly a couple of times at like a few meetings of the pillars, I believe, but never properly formally.
Okay. Cool. Well,
They're at Arkberg, weren't they?
There was a floating pirate ship at Arkberg.
Well, it is a lead, better than none. Thank you for your time, Lady Melody.
She looks like she's going to say something and then just stops and says, "Of course, I'm sure that you will pay it back multiple times."
Indeed. Also, General Baus has used a very interesting form of magic here. Are you familiar with the knowledge of cloning?
To a degree,
It's a secret
yes.
science. Something only the Sith knew.
Yes. Well, he has very extensively studied and used that form of magic. It was very fascinating to behold when we were fighting him. His soul would move from vessel to vessel as each one was killed.
Interesting. It would have to be an incredibly strong soul to be able to retain. She begins speaking out loud and is like, I suppose I should be getting on with my my tasks. It is best not to be too distracted. We do have limited time.
And yes, Creon is going to sort of turn and leave.
You cut off there. Didn't hear this. Didn't hear the last part of what you said.
Turn and leave.
Okay. I thought there was more. Yeah, I'll follow you out. I'll just nod at Lady Melody, who I assume doesn't see me or acknowledge me.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I'll just kind of like turn to like nod and say goodbye to her, but then realize that it doesn't matter, and she's not going to notice anyway. And just shrug my shoulders and walk out.
After you leave, you hear, "Goodbye, Lafia."
I don't even know if she remembers your name.
Yeah,
If she did, I'd just be like, very pointedly, just call you like the knight or like the Goliath.
Yeah, I'm the tall grey woman she doesn't really want to experiment on because I'm not magic enough.
Yeah, you're pretty lame like that.
Fuck, I was using the 5e term for tieflings instead of the Trutinian term for tieflings.
Oh, sorry, my bad. That's to be fair, I did it. I was leading you with that.
You did lead me with that. That's okay.
My bad.
Just any time we said tiefling, imagine infernal instead.
Infernal, yes. Okay.
Okay, so as you guys head back to, I guess, the main part of Project B, is there anything anyone would like to do at the current time?
Good question. Did we want to have some downtime before we head out again? Like I think people have like arcanacrons and stuff that they want to like learn from.
Oh yeah, good idea. Now would be an opportune time to do that.
People want to expedite the learning from the arcanacrons. I can, what did I say, like an hour a day for X number of weeks. If you guys basically spend your whole day learning from arcanacrons, I could probably reduce the time needed by to maybe a sixth of the time needed.
Okay, cool.
I was studying one. I think I wanted to get a new fighting style. I wanted to get the what's it called? Unarmed fighting style from Fighting Initiate. So I suppose I'll start studying that if we've got a bit of downtime.
Okay. So people with an oh, that's right. Lethia has a different intelligence.
She's okay. I was gonna say she's kind of smart, but no, she's got -1 intelligence.
Maybe one's not too bad, honestly.
So for Lethia, you can learn an Arcanachron in 18 days. People with int or a flat int modifier can do it in 16. What else? What other modifiers do we have? Plus,
Just crayons would be like pretty high.
Are we
Int
talking about?
modifier.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
crayons would be the quickest. And crayon
Yeah,
can
plus
learn
5.
one in 5 days. So that'd be 50 times 6th. So 8 days. So int plus 5, 8 days. Okay. Where do you guys want to do the study and downtime?
Is it somewhere in Project B? Could I ask for like, I suppose quarters would need quarters for the day if we're spending some time here.
Yeah, somewhat isolated, I would imagine.
Yeah. Is that possible?
Yeah, you could do it at Project B. Okay.
And maybe if there's some sort of like common area between the quarters where people kind of go through, or chill there with people.
Okay. There's a lot of research going on throughout that time. So a lot of the common areas are kind of used for research, but you can find some kind of a place out of the way, but available to people. And begin kind of the research of the Arcanacrons and studying and learning from them, basically full time.
Yeah, helping with the. I'm sharing with Felix too. Eh? You one of the polar parts.
For dual wielder?
Oh no, you were doing dual wielder.
I don't think anyone's sharing really.
Okay, cool.
Oh, maybe Beatrix is sharing. No, I don't think Beatrix would be sharing. Beatrix would probably be learning the martial adept plus. Yeah. Okay, so over this time of studying basically full time, which ones are people learning?
Polar master.
Polar Master, cool.
Fighting Initiate.
Fighting Initiate. Felix, you're doing the Dual Wielder.
Yes.
And Creon, what are you studying?
Alrighty, so I mean, there's sort of there's a few things that I've sort of rattled around in my head, but I think what I may want to do is I may want to look at potentially upgrading or transferring some power from the grimoire to my staff, as far as downtime is concerned.
Yeah, okay. You can do that for sure.
Yeah.
Nice. So with that, you're also the most intelligent by far. So even if you were to learn from an Arcanachron, you would have, you could almost learn 2 Arcanachrons in the same time that it takes everyone else to learn one.
Which is once again hilarious because none of the Arcanacrons are stuff that Creon is going to be particularly good with. Yeah, Creon, learn a fighting style. Hit with a sword.
I mean, might save you one day.
I guess. I mean, Creon already has a sword, but...
Creon has a sword? What?
The sword.
But...
What kind of sword?
I think it's a scimitar.
Scimitar, like a real scimitar?
Yes.
A real scimitar. A real scimitar.
Cool.
So... But yeah. But the issue is, if Creon is ever trying to hit things with a sword, then many things must have gone very wrong. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to also I think the one thing that I was considering learning was also proficiency with the arcane blade, mostly for research purposes. But
Sure.
I was actually just thinking about that. I'm interested to see what they do, how they work.
You would literally be able to do both, given your intelligence modifier. Because you could learn the arcane blade, and then still have like 10 days left until Lathia's done training.
That's right. We all learn at our own pace.
That is fine.
Lathia is probably doing physical things, whereas I am not.
Yeah, exactly.
I can lift things. Yeah, I've got plenty of things to lift, big things to pick up and put down in other places.
Yep.
Okay, so transferring stuff from the Arcane Grimoire over, or transferring abilities and power from the Arcane Grimoire over to your staff. What you'll need for that is plant stuff.
Land. Good.
And probably gems or ore. Okay. There probably isn't stuff at Project B, but if you head over to the Adventurers Guild HQ and kind of put in an order there, they'd be able to bring it or acquire the stuff during that period of time. And you can kind of go back and forth. You have key, you have plenty of teleporters and teleportation over that period of time to be able to do so.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. How much would it cost? Because I'm happy to take that out of my... Like, gems presumably are going to be costing some form of money.
Yeah, so you'll need a bit of Archimantium or magic crystals, as well as a a magic-focused land.
Mhm. Which I
Probably.
do have. I do have the branches of the Weeping Willow Maker. That is a magical plant.
Yeah. If you wanted to use the Weeping Willow Maker, do you want to transfer the ability from the Arcane Grimoire, the recovery feature?
That would be super cool if I could. Absolutely.
Okay. Then the Willowmaker isn't suitable for that. The branches from the Weeping Willowmaker are very good for basically anything water or cold affinity.
Okay. Yep.
Whereas the recovery feature from the Arcane Grimoire... Recovery feature? You know what? That'll be Dawn Jute. You'll need to acquire some Dawn Jute.
Okay.
Which, like similar to the Archimantium crystals, the Archimantium gems, you can go and put in an order for some of the Dawn Jute as well.
Okay. Cool. Well, we'll do that.
Now I just need to figure out crafting. Downtime activity, crafting an item. Magic item crafting and cost. Haha.
I have found you at last.
It's going to take you about 60,000 gold worth of stuff, resources.
Sorry, how much was that?
60,000.
60,000.
Yes.
Okay. I think that is almost all of my money.
You're welcome.
If I take out my platinum. Pardon me. Blech. Gross. Alright, so if I take my platinum, of which I have 4,666,
You should
which is what?
Times it by 10 is how much
46,000.
gold we have. 46,660.
Yep. And then I've got another 22,000 of gold in gold. So yeah,
Yeah, so it's like all your money.
pretty much all my money. But that's okay.
You'll have like 666 platinum and however
That's-
much gold
Just
left
just
over.
shy of
666 platinum is a lot of platinum.
it is a lot of
Very
platinum.
dangerous number.
And just shy and 1,999 gold, which is slightly irritating.
You're welcome.
Do you want a gold? I can give you a gold piece.
10 silver.
I don't need your charity. It's fine.
No, please. It's annoying me too. Here you go. Have a gold. I hand you a gold piece.
Okay.
No.
Now what I need you to do is to make a series of checks for me.
Okay. Cool.
What tools are you proficient with?
Tools. Good question.
No tools. Excellent.
Don't.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't think I have a tool proficiency because I think I have maybe I have proficiency for water vehicles because I'm a sailor. But
Yeah, right.
that
I was gonna say,
So
Wow.
what you're saying is we need to buy a boat.
God damn it.
Yeah,
yes, you
want to
can drive the boat. Yes.
I want to enchant this thing by navigating on a boat. That works, right?
In that case, I'll just get you to make Arcana checks for me.
Okay.
So you kind of begin by examining the Arcane Grimoire itself. You check out the... How did I describe the Arcane Grimoire? Leather-bound. The ornate leather-bound in the book itself. You go and carefully extract the cover or you tried to carefully extract the cover from the grimoire itself, leaving the pages intact and still scribed with the spells, but, you know, taking kind of the most magical parts of it away. Make the Arcana check for me.
Would it be possible if I get somebody who is capable of it to cast enhanced ability on me while I'm doing the bulk of this work?
Do we have anybody who can cast enhance ability?
I don't know, Felix.
I
Can Felix?
cannot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, just before I do the roll, obviously. So, yeah. Okay, cool. So that's all good.
That's good.
And
So am I casting this now or?
Yes,
Ye-
cast it now.
yes, please.
Do it.
Okay.
Or presumably intelligence, I'm going to assume here.
Strength
Uh,
snaps the
yeah.
book in half.
Yeah, dexterity.
Let's see. That would be Fox's cunning. There you go.
Okay, well, it's a 9 or a 9, which is amazing.
Wow,
So that would be a 19 in total.
19. Excellent. So you go and carefully extract the cover from the book. You're able to extract it very well. You basically leave the book cover perfectly separated from the pages, leaving the pages still readable and usable. You'd need to transfer them into one of your own spell books, because this isn't going to function as a spell book anymore, but the spells are still transcribed on them there.
Yep, all good.
Step 2, dividing up the kind of the cover of the leather book and weaving them with the Dawn Jude.
Another check.
Another check.
Woo.
So Creon, what's that all about?
Creon is essentially just not talking. He's pulling a lady melody. He's just
Oh no. You, slave, enhance me again.
and then says nothing.
I require enhancing.
Okay, 17 plus 10 is 27.
27, very nice.
Other sort of things to do.
So you take the Dawn Jute, which are these long... They're basically these long stem plants that can be woven into fibers. You take it, the fibers of the Dawn Jute, the kind of bright golden color, and strips of the leather, and begin weaving them together and finding places along your staff to tie them to. The brown of the leather and the golden of the jute gives a kind of an interesting brown and gold kind of flashes of brown and gold as you find various places along your staff to attach and affix and tie them off. The process so far is going exceptionally well.
So
I actually need to be recording these rolls. 27. And could you please make the final roll as you take the Archimantium crystals, the magic crystals, and just try and attach them, particularly over the top of the strips of leather and Dawn Jute.
okay. Bam. 17. Not as good as I would like, but that's okay.
Cool. Posting for prosperity. All right.
Prosperity.
Give me a sec to figure out what this means. Feel free to roleplay in the meantime.
Okay. Yeah. I guess at the end of it, Creon does sort of like snap out of it. Thank you, Felix, very much for your assistance. I know I can sometimes get a little involved in my work. What were you saying before?
I was just asking what this was all for.
Oh, the theory here is to take the potent magical energy from the arcane grimoire and infuse it into my staff.
Oh, sorry. Go on. I'm listening.
Is that like Lathia just...
Yeah, she's just kind of on the side, looking half interested, but with a very glazed over look.
Yeah. Like falling asleep slightly.
Yeah.
But yes, if I have done my work correctly, I should be able to harness much of the power within the grimoire and be able to enhance my own magical abilities. So,
Interesting.
how goes your lecturing?
Tough, but I think they're getting it.
Oh, that is some promising signs, I suppose.
Yes. Teaching may not be my strong suit, but I'm getting by, and that's better than nothing, I suppose.
Oh. Well, console yourself in knowing that your teaching is going to be incredibly necessary to save the world.
Quite. Seems like your new magic book might be helping out as well.
Well, I have many magic books. I was also going to read through the Book of Baus more thoroughly, but I have not had time to adjust this yet. As of yet. Baus, yes.
Faust?
No, I think Faust was an internal man who bargained with an infernal.
Yeah, I thought this is what we were talking about. I'm guessing we're not.
Ready. So, your new Rod of the Rainbow Wind.
Yo.
It is now a +3. Additionally, it's basically a +3 version of the same stuff it had previously, with the new following ability. There you go.
Okay, cool. Yep. Seems good. Alrighty. And I'm going to assume that's going to take up my downtime.
Yeah, pretty much. It'll take. Yeah, it's going to take up your downtime.
Yeah, between like waiting for materials, preparing materials, and doing all that jazz.
Yeah. It was a big order.
Oh yeah.
But it finally came through.
And now I am so poor, I only have 600 platinum pieces.
Only.
Oh,
Jeez.
that's some struggling right there.
Yep, barely struggling to get by.
600 platinum.
I'm only a singular millionaire, not a multi-millionaire.
I was looking through my like opponents, and I was like, oh, I have like thousands of gold opponents, like diamonds and stuff. And I have to have this bowl from bloody.
God, everyone's so
Tiamat.
poor. It's like we need to ask our dad to give us a small loan of $1 million. Just to get it back up on our feet, and that's not a lot of money.
It's not a lot of money.
Are you ever going to sell that bowl? What are you going
I'm
to do
not-
with it?
I'm just thinking about it. We should do something with it.
I'm sure Tiamat won't be too angry with you if you just got rid of it.
It'll be a nice coffee table piece.
Nice
cast,
mnemonic coffee table piece.
Cast Heroes Feast for the Project B staff.
Yeah, you're going to consume the bowl for that. I mean, you can. Just me trying to figure out what Battlemaster maneuvers Beatrix is going to learn. I guess I can do that later. It's not immediately important.
Headbutt.
Headbutt. Of course. I guess we'll go down the list. Felix, you're, aside from... actually, it's going to take you some of the longest.
Is it?
Oh. Gabriel is going to take you a long time as well. You got...
Yeah, 16 days.
Focus. Study time. Focus.
We're not here for like 16 days though. It was just like a day or two.
do you guys want to learn the Arcanacrons?
Not like fully.
I do.
Although just for the data.
As much as I can spare for the day, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, learn as much as we can in a day.
To like,
and
yeah,
then-
to reduce the time. Yeah.
Well, Creon's built...
30 minutes at a time.
Creon's rejigged his staff, which would take about 2 weeks, give or take. So,
2 weeks. Okay.
I would
have?
say that Creon can rejig his staff in the time it takes for Lathia to fully learn an Arcanacron, given full-time study.
do we have
Okay.
2 weeks downtime? Can we spare that?
Yeah, well, you have.
Yeah, well, I
Okay.
mean, yeah, the thing is, not much is going to be happening at Project B anyway. Like, they're going to have to, get the infrastructure in place now, figure out what their production line is going to be, probably retool this fortress. So there is like a
I'd heard no complaints when Ben suggested downtime previously, so I decided it was happening. Surprise!
surprise downtime.
So I know unarmed fighting then? If I've been studying it this time?
Yeah, that's the fighting style you're taking, sure.
Sweet.
Unarmed fighting?
I might have to think about it. It was one I kind of wanted because it's more cool and flavorful, but I suppose it's not as useful as some of the other ones could be.
Go for whatever.
Mm.
But given the amount of downtime that you guys are taking, yeah, I guess that's basically the extent of what Lathia, Felix, and Gabriel can do is basically just learn from the Arcanacrons full time. And at the end of that, you guys can have those feats or abilities.
So, my hope
So
is
So how much did we get done of that stuff?
You were able to learn your thing from your Arcanacron.
I already did it. Oh, okay. I guess I better add that then.
yeah. So, Caster and Polon Master. Someone comes within 5 feet of me when I have the staff, and I can cast a spell at them as a reaction.
Nice.
Oh, computer, come on. Don't slow down on me now, buddy. I guess it's my own fault for making you do too much at once. I'm sorry. Oh god. Oh god.
Ah.
What's happening to you?
My tabs won't work.
Oh no.
No.
Oh
Wait,
no.
no, here we go. Okay. It's just
Seems like
taking a
things-
while to reload everything.
Nice.
Alright.
Alright. Wow. Interesting board.
I don't know if you can hear my fan. It's punching it.
Fan, I can't hear. This month was 2 weeks progress.
You do. Oh, I need to change the date. That's always exciting. So at the end of your downtime, you guys have trained up a bit, learned some new skills. What do?
What do what diddy diddy dum diddy do?
So yeah, it seems like our best lead on doing Svärmfa location would be to locate the Eye of Wellrealm.
Well Realm. What?
Yeah.
What was that for? The Well Realm? That was so you could
Who's well wrong?
the dimension greater god.
Yeah.
Space.
Space.
Oh.
So essentially, if we can, but theoretically, if we could find an artifact like this artifact and use it in conjunction with your spell, then we would have potentially a way to locate where all the Svärmfa are, essentially.
Right. That's right.
Oh. You found an enhancement tool. Alright then.
Potentially. So we have to go sailing.
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me.
And Creon, like, what does Creon think of that?
Oh, Creon likes to sail. He grew up as a
Yeah, good.
sailor.
Excellent.
He was what are they called? Like the weather wizards, but they have a specific name.
Deck mage.
Deck mage. He grew up as a deck mage, essentially. Yes.
So it's not like a trauma where you don't want to go back on the ocean.
No,
Cool.
no trauma there. He's
Heading back to the ocean, boys.
Okay.
And ladies.
boys and ladies. But yes. So yeah.
I, for one, am excited.
Yes.
Same.
So we're hoping to track down the flying city of the pirate king, queen, king, I think.
Okay.
Who may or may not know where the Eye of Wellrealm is.
Should we track down? We'll see if we can get back on the Genny. We used to travel on.
Find them?
Maybe we could check. Could go back to Region Harvey and check. Ask around. If we don't see them, get our own ship or different ship.
We could buy our own ship.
We could, yeah.
I could buy my own ship.
Could be Captain Felix.
We could probably all buy our
Captain
own
Greycastle.
Professor Captain Greycastle. Growing more and more titles as we go.
Yeah, you should study a doctorate, and then you can be Professor Doctor Captain.
Study a doctor.
Hmm.
I suppose as long as it's consensual.
Felix and Gabriel also have summoned fiend.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today.
Summon friend.
Someone friend.
If you wanted to find out the current whereabouts of the Genny Manaloth, that'd be a way to do it.
Oh, fair.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he
Cool.
is linked to them, right.
Yes.
Thank you, magic voice in the sky.
Thank you, Razian.
There's the voice of Razian. The voice of Razian. The voice of reason.
So what do you think? Buy our own ship or see if we can locate the Genny? Could be fun. We don't need to buy a ship every time we travel on the ocean.
It seems a little excessive. if I'm
Thank you.
honest.
Someone
We
said
bought
it.
one. We bought one. All right, and
Why don't
I think we lost it.
Yeah.
Who's this Genny? Let's see if we can hire them. You guys have worked with them? They seem nice.
Yeah, they were good.
Yes. Not that I don't like the Guinea crew. I do. They're great people, but you know. All right, let's go find them.
Listen, I want to buy a ship too. I would love to have another ship. Why? When we
Okay.
retire.
Tell you what, Felix. At the end of all this, once we've killed all the Svärmfa, we've taken care of the threat, we'll buy a boat and go sailing for months.
A flying ship. We'll sail the skies.
Why aren't we buying a flying ship then?
Yeah, we will.
Do we not have enough to do that now?
We'll do it when we retire. We're teleporting all over.
All right then. If you insist.
I suppose we'll head to Reggie Navi then? Oh, I mean, suppose we'll summon our friend and ask him.
Alright, are you gonna summon friend?
Yeah, come here, Felix. Summon friend with me.
Here I
Only
am.
knew that spell in high school.
If only I knew that spell now.
Okay, so as Gabriel and Felix join hands together and summon Fiend, kind of spectral waters appear right beside the two of you, and coming up out of them is a familiar elven individual.
Razian! Hey, it's
Been
been
a
a
long time.
while.
It has been a while.
I haven't seen you since Demon Dimension.
Yes, I've
It has
been
been.
quite busy. We all have, actually.
Hmm. How's the Genny? Are they safe? We're looking to locate them again.
Yes, business has been booming, so to say.
Hopefully not literally, and it's just they're successful.
Well, no, literally at times.
Oh boy. I hope it's not them going boom and they're booming other people. This is a weird turn of phrase. I'm just gonna stop.
Oh no, rest assured, the Guinea Menaloth has been quite safe. I've made sure of it.
Ah,
Good.
good.
So, where do we need to go?
To the Genny, if we could. We wanted to ask them to take us to the Pirate Isles. If they're
Ah.
free.
Well, you
Free isn't available, not necessarily that they would do it for free.
Yeah.
Oh yes, no, of course. As high-ranking adventurers within the Adventurers Guild, I'm sure the crew of the Guinea Menaloth would be able to make a deal. And any deal made will, of course, be made with Genimen himself.
Alrighty then.
A deal with the crew is a deal with the patron.
Excellent. So where is the ship at the moment?
We were doing supply runs up and down the coast of the western continent. We were trying to get some supplies down to some outposts on the edge of Fen Moor.
Hmm.
But, well, that may be in vain, to be honest.
Yeah, it's forward. Can you get us to the Genny, or is that not possible?
Can you send a message to the Genny? If you cannot get us there.
I suppose I could. He looks at Felix. And he's like, Hey Felix, remember that time we died?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes. Good. He goes and he puts a hand on you, and the spectral waters appear beneath the both of you, and you both sink down through. Just Felix and Razian.
Okay. Cool.
Felix, as you sink down, this like feeling of dread wash over you as you're going through this like yeah, pretty much. You're going through the waters, and it feels like you're going through the waters of death or something. And you kind of begin. It goes from sinking to suddenly you're rising out of the waters, and you pop up on the deck of the Genny Menelath.
Little warning would have been nice.
Oh, I gave you a warning.
Staggers up. He looks around on deck.
One sec.
Let me check.
It has been so long.
I'm missing Beck.
Loading in characters.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'm sure they're as shocked as you to see you bubble up from the deck.
Are they shocked though?
Fair.
Another one.
Look what Razian's cat dragged in this time.
Oh, it's that guy again.
Nice.
It was that kid you taught sword fighting to.
Indeed. Jeez, it has been so long, I can hardly remember some of these characters.
It was that like a year ago at least.
Yaklu! The kobold!
He was our second hostage, yeah.
We turned him into a friend.
Oh. Nearly there. Jeez. How many people did I have in this crew?
It's a lot.
It was a lot. The hell. But also, good on me for having a full crew of people on a pirate ship.
A pirate hunting ship.
Yes, technically true. Alright.
Everything they do is figuratively and literally above water.
Razian and Felix, you guys pop up on the Genny Menelath.
Blooch.
Put you in the rowboat. Pop up in the rowboat.
Oh, we're here.
As you kind of pop up there, basically shouts go out, Razian's back and he's brought a friend! And a cheer goes up from the crew.
Hey.
Captain, the crew of the Chosen, well, the crew of the Chosen, the Chosen wish to make a deal.
I'd love if
Captain.
they chosen as a ship.
What was that?
I'd love it if they thought that the chosen was a ship.
Pelagius Patry, standing at the wheel of the ship, pops down and comes forward to basically greet you, Felix. Mano el mano. So the Chosen wish to make a deal with us now, do they?
Sort of, yes. We're hoping to get a ride towards the Pirate Isles again. We're searching for something that will aid in our struggle against the Svärmfa.
A noble cause, then.
Yes.
Well, what are you searching for? Out with it, boy.
What was the name of it again?
The Eye of
Something called the Eye of Wellrun?
Aye. Don't know
Okay,
why
I'm
we'd
assuming
be...
you've heard of it.
No, can't say I have. It's a unusual thing to be searching for, but... He kind of turns to look... Genny, is that the kind of thing that we can gather? Kind of don't really feel much of a response, but Pelagius seems to be listening out, and then just says, I suppose we could help you out, but it'll cost you.
I figured as much.
As you're standing there having that conversation, quite suddenly, Beatrix steps out. A kind of portal appears, and Beatrix jumps out of it. And she looks exhausted.
Hello?
She's like, I really don't like doing that on my own.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't expecting that. It just kind of happened.
Darling. Ah.
Well, we're all here now. We were actually just about to discuss terms. A negotiated trade of sorts.
Yes. Yeah, we can pay. We'll just put it on Malari's tab. Darling, here. And she goes, and Key has, like, attached itself to Beatrix's hand.
Key! Does Creon know about this?
I'll apologize to him later.
What? Deal with my octopus. How dare. But good point. Getting back would be difficult otherwise.
Impossible otherwise, even with godlike powers. Alright, now, come here. We'll quickly make a portal. Everyone... Well, we'll get him to jump through and... We can... Yeah, we can get the payment. Let's just keep everyone together for the moment.
I suppose so. Do you mind? He says to the captain.
But, yeah, Pelagius is like, take it to you lot, to make it an interesting day. Alright, crew, set anchor. The crew kind of rushes into action. They go, The ship is brought to a stop before kind of stepping back from the two of you.
All right. Felix holds up the spear. He says, "Shall we?"
Yes, darling. I'm going to make you do most of the heavy lifting this time. Oh.
And hold up the spear to the sword and try and open up a portal for everybody else.
Yeah. As you begin doing so, Key quickly goes and wraps itself around the connected spear, and in the same way, Key begins glowing as they did previously, and these purple tendrils go and begin directing and mingling with the portal that is being drawn midair with the spear.
Oh.
Meanwhile, back at Project B, Creon, Lathia, and Gabriel. Creon,
Yo.
it was probably about a minute or so ago that you realized that Key was no longer on your person at all.
Huh.
What do?
Oh, this is concerning.
They're coming back, right?
I hope so.
It occurs to me that if they have teleported away, they may not be able to teleport back. And also Key is missing. So I could not teleport wherever they went to and then bring them back that way.
I'm sure Razian has a plan.
Is Razian aware of this anti-teleportation area?
Alright. I don't think so.
That could be a problem.
Interesting point, since Razian was not teleported to you guys, but summoned to you guys.
Can you summon him on your own? I ask Gabriel.
Once a day.
Well then.
And it's at that point that the portal appears. And the three of you can see out Beatrix, Felix, and Key attached to them on a familiar-looking pirate ship or sailing ship.
There we go, quick now.
Are we going through or are they coming to us? What's going on?
Go, let's go.
Okay, boom. I grab my things and run through the portal.
Alrighty, I shall follow it.
Gabriel lasts through.
Yeah.
Alright. And with that, the three of you jump through and find yourselves on board Genny Menelath. You see the quite widely varied crew standing before, greeting you.
Again, I just imagine the ship dipping a bit, and Genny's just going, "Where all these people come from?"
Need to dock. Get ourselves on the ship.
Exactly. Makes it convenient. Beatrix, looking exhausted, holds a hand out to Creon and says, "Thanks, I borrowed this."
Ah. Well, to be honest, probably good thinking from you. I wasn't quite sure how we were going to get out of that bind.
Yeah, Sorry, when idiot number one over there goes missing, I tend to get into a bit of a panic.
I admire your dedication to him. Take key back.
I swear that man's going to be the death of me one day.
Who's idiot number 2?
I was just thinking that.
At least I'm not number 2, I suppose.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I'm not sure. But I do know she looks tired. Alright, that's enough teleporting for one day.
Oh, I think I forgot something. Can someone send me back, please?
How about teleporting today?
Pelagius?
It's half my coffee.
Yeah, I was really enjoying it as well.
Plagueis dead.
Pelagius is dead.
We cut back to the cafe where the coffee's sitting there. It's picked up. Who's sipping it?
Malari.
Ah, naive. Called now naive.
Oh yeah, him. Isn't he dead?
He's dead.
He is super dead.
Oh, right.
Then that would be quite the twist if he was drinking the coffee. A
Well, I
Shyamalan
don't
level
know
twist.
any other long-running villains we have that would still be alive to drink that coffee, so fuck with a bit.
Dimension Reaper.
Yeah. Just eating reject me.
Alternate universe, High Cardinal Mashura.
Oh, god damn it.
Anyway, Captain Pelagius comes down and, with wide arms, says to you, "Aye, Chosen! Welcome back to the Geni Meneloth. It's been a while."
It
Yeah.
has been. It's good to
Hello.
be back.
How long has it been?
Nearly a year since you guys left the Geni Meneloth.
I was gonna say at least a year.
So, where do we need to go? I'm assuming that we're being paid upon delivery.
Aye.
Where's the city? City of Leo Flanagan. Floating city. Have you heard of it?
Legendary tales of the Pirate King's floating island. Gennyman, do you suppose we could do that? It's a bit of a pause, and suddenly the crew are just like, "Aye, yeah! And so you have it. Gennyman has spoken, and off
Another adventure.
to the Pirate Isles we go."
Yes.
Bring me that horizon. Dun, 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 dun.
Hold on, I'm pretty sure I have some royalty-free pirate music available.
Nice.
Always royalty-free.
Always.
There we go. Alright. Pelagius looks at the group of you. He says, "Gabriel, Felix, why don't you introduce your new crew to my old crew, and I'll let you get on with it."
Oh yes, there are a few new people since last time, isn't there?
Alright. 2A. We got Lethia. She's a strong general from been fighting many Svärmfa before she joined us. And say hello to the nice people, Lethia. These are fine crew.
Greetings. I'm happy to be on board. I've not served on many ships, but I can help in any way that I can.
And this is Creon. He one of your An apprentice to Lady Melody?
Apprentice is a word. Student. Project.
Student for Lady Melody. Skilled in the arts, and you said that you were used to be a deck mage.
I hearken from the Pirate Isles. And I'm originally trained to be a deck mage, yes. It'll be my pleasure to serve with you all.
Brand, can you make a general charisma check?
I can try.
Good luck.
When I introduce you, I'll pat you on the shoulder and give you some guidance?
I mean, I'll take it if allowed.
Sure.
Is that alright?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay, what did I get? I got a 4
Oh, God.
with 3. So that's a 7 in
So,
total. Creon's charisma coming through again. Ignore that 20, it was definitely a 4. I wish it were a 20. Very cool.
Oh. Oh.
7! Yay!
Yay. Guess who's getting thrown overboard? A hob.
No! Wait, no, he's a good guy.
it's literally the only people we fought on the ship, like with these guys, was Hobgoblin.
Yeah, it was like you fought some corrupt,
Oh, that's right.
some
Regionali?
Yeah, some corrupt Regionavi Navy
Militia.
Navy militia, and then hobgoblins as well.
That's right.
This is fine. Yeah, so the rest of the crew is just like, aye, a fighter! That's excellent! Oh, a general against the Svärmfa! Good to have you! And then, with the introduction to Creon, it's just kind of met with like, aye,
Toad
yep.
pilots.
Sorry.
Sorry.
They don't give you much of a response at all. They kind of stare at you with suspicious eyes.
Well,
We can
What?
go
What's the
on
problem?
together.
It's because he's red, isn't it?
it is. It is. Hobgoblins are, in fact, the most oppressed race. Terrible. No,
No, just the most feared race in the Pirate Isles.
only, you know what? Yeah.
This is fine.
He may look scary, but don't worry, he's really not that scary.
It's not even. I don't even think it's about scary. It's just like, why are we letting a hobgoblin on our ship? But yes. Either way, Creon will accept this, as he has had to many times, and sort of step back behind everyone else.
You know what? There's a man that comes down and approaches. He kind of pushes Gabriel aside, and basically, jeez, he's big, isn't he?
Rude.
There we go. That's better. He goes right up to you, Creon. He appears to be a human male hailing from Genoa, from what you can tell, based on kind of facial features, complexion, and the attire that he wears, as well as the Genoan katana that he has sheathed at his back. So, you are a deck mage.
I am.
Then we shall get to work.
Very well.
And he goes and he leads you back up behind the sails, and basically right away begins channeling the winds. Oh, and he fucking kills you.
Dead.
You motherfucker!
And now you must play as this character.
Creon doesn't want to stay up on deck.
He's gotta find his sea legs again.
I reckon. That's better. Geklu. Will go running up to Lathia.
Of course he will.
He says, giant woman,
Big lady.
big lady, so strong.
Hello there, small one.
Oh god, should I be
Can I
concerned?
help you?
Oh, yeah, yes, you can. You can help. You can help Geklu. You'll go and you'll like latch onto your leg, and then begin licking your kneecaps.
Oh,
Yeah,
Behave yourself.
I like kick my leg, like, get off, stop, don't lick me, yeah.
He basically goes flying through the air and is
Damn it.
quickly caught by Lorelei, the tall Egonian woman, tall Egonian human woman. She catches the tiny kobold and is like, "Oh, someone's in for a punishment." And Geklu is like, "Oh no, punishment!" And
Is it
Lorelei's
like genuine fear or like, oh no, punishment?
It's definitely the second, the latter.
oh, okay.
And Lorelei's like, "No, you will not like this. I will make sure of it." And that kind of pending excitement turns to genuine fear quite quickly.
I look over at Gabriel and Felix. What the hell kind of boat did you bring me on?
A magic.
See, they still haven't had Geklu fixed, but
Oh lordy.
Yeah. Lorelei heads to the front of the boat, dragging Geklu along, and begins tying ropes all around.
Hmm.
Someone's going Geklu fishing.
Interesting.
Hey, at least the fish like him.
What a strange little creature.
you fishing with Geklu like you really mean it. He's got like a fish in his mouth.
There is nothing so lucky.
It's in my mouth. I said it's. Oh.
There's a bigger fish latched to his tail.
As you guys kind of go on, the rest of the crew kind of say their greetings. Nazir and Tazkrin, the dragonborn couple,
That's
come and
right.
say hi and head off. The ship bard, Maris, appears and says a warm welcome to you all. The first mate, Pinnabolg, walrus person, Ronan, likewise, pretty much arm in arm with Maris at this point.
Oh, good.
I was gonna say last time we were here, like this is before we'd even met Beatrix, and there was some chick you were like flirting with, Felix.
Oh ho.
It was more like I was attempting to make advances on her.
Yeah, she wasn't interested in him.
Right.
Hmm.
Who could ever
It's all in the
resist
past
this
now.
charm?
Yeah. Is that the cook?
Daisy? Yeah.
Daisy? Yeah.
The cook Daisy, she looks like she might have had Genohan human parents, but also maybe Vrestic human parents as well. She comes out and she's like, "Oh, excellent. Seems like we need to make a feast for our new guests. She goes back to the kitchen.
Oh, I've missed her cooking.
The monkey person,
Yes.
Primavelk. Well, Primavelk. Choo Choo is still up in the crow's nest, keeping lookout, swinging across the netting, and jeez, I'm going to need to relearn all the ship terms. And finally, the Patry siblings, the niece and nephew of Pelagius, come and greet you. Clark kind of is like nonplussed. He's mostly keeping an eye on Creon. He's working close by Creon. But Wynn comes right up to Felix and is like, "Oh, teacher, I've been practicing every day."
Have you now? Well, we'll need to put that to the test, won't we?
You can hear Clark call out from the above deck, just like, "Try not to kill her, please."
I
I'd rather
won't.
I'd rather still have a sister by the end of this.
You should, and you probably will.
I probably won't kill her.
Probably won't kill your sister. No worries. All right. So these guys were doing a trip down the Fenmore Way. So they're probably about here on the big old Svärmfa incursion map,
Oh,
which is
hold
in
on.
desperate need of updating.
Many more incursions have happened,
Yeah.
including
Fair.
like an entire section of a continent.
Yeah, like all of Fenmore along here, it's pretty much all red.
Is this updated from our 2-week rest? Is this how it looks
No.
now? Or
No. After your 2-week rest, and even before that, after the fall of Fenmore, pretty much all of this area.
Wait, if Fenmore fell, then why is the ship here?
Well, most of Fenmore has fallen. The capital of Fenmore has fallen, the government has fallen, a lot of the land has fallen, but there's still need to mount some kind of resistance. You can't just let this Svärmfa run rampant.
I suppose.
maybe to help finish that delivery. Can't. Before we go to the Pirate Isles.
Who are you talking to?
You?
Me? Yeah, yes, but
Nah,
Yes,
just generally saying. But Gabriel's not saying anything to anyone.
okay. Well, if Gabriel's not saying it to anyone, then the crew's actually coming back from a delivery. So
Yeah, right. Yeah.
they're A-okay on that front. Alrighty. So, as you guys begin... Jeez, need to make a travel plan for you guys.
It's an itinerary.
Off into the
We'll get
Pirate
an opportunity.
Isles.
I'm preparing spells, and I plan to next session, Alex. I'll probably go to Gabriel go talk to Creon to talk about casting Legend lore. We might get more info about the Eyes of Well Realm.
Ah, good point. I think I do. Do I have Legend lore?
Oh, cool. I can prepare it too. I got the materials and stuff we need.
Yep, that works. That's good. Good idea.
Yeah, cool.
I don't have that before, but yes.
Well, I thought I'd tell you for next session so you can, like, I'll be caught off guard with it.
Yep.
Nice. Good to know. Yeah, definitely need to make a new travel plan for this.
Fair.
Hey, on the plus side, I have an old travel plan from when you guys first went to the Pirate Isles.
Repurpose. Yeah, the thing about legend lore is you can get more info if you know, the more you know about it. So probably have like a chat first.
Mm. Yeah.
See what we can find out.
Yeah.
Right. So as you guys settle in over the ship, becoming reacquainted with the crew, and kind of getting your sea legs back, I'll say, you guys begin your trip over from the edge of the western continent over to not Fenmore, over to the Pirate Isles once again.
Yay.
As the
we'll
night
be
comes to
revisiting.
Oh, you go.
Go ahead.
As the night begins coming to a close, and the fantastic dinner provided by Daisy leaves you feeling exceptionally satisfied, you'll kind of come out on deck, and you can see Pelagius standing up by the wheel, and there is a figure standing next to him.
You can
familiar figure?
You can see the hooded figure of Geniman standing next to Pelagius. They're having a bit of a chat, and the ship seems to surge forward as a wall of water kind of comes up, and the ship plunges through this water and comes out on the other side. The surroundings appear completely different to what they did previously.
Well,
It seems you've been given a bit of a boon by Geniman along your journey.
oh,
This is quite the ship.
fast travel. Nice.
Alright.
Excellent.
Jeez, I need to prepare stuff for next session now.
Well, hey, you got a week.
Yeah.
I do. I think we'll end it off there for this session. Thanks for
Yeah.
thanks for the session.
Yeah, fair,
guys.
fair. But you don't want to improvise an entire pirate adventure.
I know.
Yeah, it's kind of sudden, eh?
Luckily, I am well experienced in improvising pirate adventures, or preparing them at least. So
Beautiful. That was good stuff. It's good to come back to like old characters after like a year. I
yeah,
was thinking when we first met these guys, we didn't have Malari with us even.
Oh wow!
yeah,
that's
so
true.
like,
Well, we
really
met
old.
Malari.
Malari did
Yeah.
travel along with them for a little bit, but not a whole lot.
I like
Yeah.
the, pardon the pun, tail end of that arc.
Yeah,
Yeah, after we killed the Reaper and got her, and
Yeah.
yeah. Beatrix wasn't even part of the group. Beatrix was an enemy at that
Yeah.
stage.
she was
wow.
working for the Reaper. Yeah, we had to fight her.
Hmm.
Or
We didn't really. We fought her a little bit, but then when we
Little
killed the
bit, yeah.
Reaper, she was like, "I don't want to fight you guys.
yeah,
The Reaper's actually an arsehole, and I don't like him much. I'm gonna go and do my own things for a little while."
Hmm. And then I'm gonna go date Felix. Best choice of my life.
I mean, it's worked out pretty well for her.
Oh yeah, no,
It has.
Worked out pretty well for me, too.
absolutely.
It's like a win-win.
Do we have back next week?
Potentially.
I don't know.
We'll
I think
see.
she said she was going to be away for a while, but she was trying to look into when she could access the internet to potentially play with us while she's in America.
Right.
Yeah.
Either way, we're good for next week, eh? And then
Yeah,
whether she's
definitely.
back or not, we can. It's the print.
Yeah, next week should be fine.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
That was a good session.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
It was. Thank you for running it.
Yeah, thank you for running this